Here's how weight loss works, and here's why your calorie requirements are so much different than everyone around you. Now, I know you're tired of hearing calories in versus calories out, but it makes a whole lot more sense when you know what that actually means. Calories in is simple enough. That's the calories or energy that comes from the food that you eat. Now, calories out is the complicated part, and that's the one that is so different for all of you watching this, and with many factors that are completely out of your control. It's all of these four things combined. Number one, and the biggest number calories out, is your BMR, or your basal metabolic rate. This is the number of calories you would burn if you just laid in bed and did nothing all day. It costs a lot of energy or calories burned just for all of the processes in your body to function every single day. Now, your genetics, your age, your gender, and many other things that are out of your control will play a factor in your basal metabolic rate, but you can increase your basal metabolic rate by strength training and exercising regularly. Number two is your NEAT, and this is super important. This is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or the calories you burn just doing stuff. My hands are moving right now while I'm talking. That burns calories. When I walk to my office after filming this video, that burns calories. When I go take Willie for a walk at the end of the workday, that burns calories. You can see why this number is going to be drastically different for different people. Someone who has an active job is going to have way more NEAT than somebody who sits at a desk all day. So for some people, NEAT is a really large number, and for some people, it's a very little number. Number three is TEF, or the thermic effect of feeding. Now, this isn't a very big number, but this is the number of calories you burn when you digest and absorb your food. Another benefit of eating a high protein nutrition plan is that you do burn a lot more calories when you digest and absorb protein than fats and carbs. Number four is also going to vary widely between everyone watching this, and that's EAT, or exercise activity thermogenesis. This is the number of calories you would burn while doing your purposeful workouts. So this would be your boot camps, every time you go to the gym, when you're playing a sport, or other more high intensity activities. Now you can see how this number would be different for someone who works out 6 or 7 days a week, rather than somebody who works out 3 times a week. All right, now we have those four numbers. Add them together, and that's your calories out per day. It's pretty complicated, and it varies widely from person to person. So you really truly cannot compare your results to anyone else around you. So when you add all of those numbers up, for healthy, sustainable weight loss, you would then want to reduce that number by 250 to 500 per day. So if you calculated your calories out to be 2,500 per day, you'd want to eat 2,000 to 2,250 calories on average per day, again, knowing that some days will be higher and some days will be lower. Now remember, we don't live in a lab, so we can only really guesstimate those numbers and then just track our progress in 4-week blocks and make decisions on how many calories we're going to eat going forward based on our progress. If you aren't making progress, it doesn't mean that the plan didn't work. It just means that you didn't get the starting point right on the first try, and you need to make the adjustment going forward. Now, that is a lot to put together, and it's really hard to figure out. That's not necessarily your job to do so. If you need some extra help, just send me a DM. I'm happy to help.